been one long season here, you guys, but one more week and we still have a chance of playoffs. Let's see what happens. Hey guys, what's up? IrishEmerald here and welcome to our week 10 battle in FIFA. And we have a task ahead of us this week, you guys. We have to make sure that we are able to pick up the W if we want a chance at playoffs. Now we do have an outside chance, slim pickings, but if we manage to pick up the W here this week, then we may have a chance. It depends on how other results go. I don't even know at the time of recording this where we stand. So we just got to go in. If we get the W, win with a chance. If we don't get the W, it is what it is. We can't do anything about that. But yeah, big task this week. And of course, we're up against the #1 seed. So not exactly the easiest. When you have to get a win, you don't exactly want to be going up against the #1 seed. But we're up against the #1 seed, and he has a pretty tough team. We are up against Soros Buzz, coach of the Federal Bureau of Intelligence, or the FBI. Of course, we're up against the FBI. Of course. But yeah, his team, as you can see right here for me now, consists of Megalopunny, which is one of the main kill leaders this season, Latias, Landers Incarnate, Skarmory, Amoonguss, Chansey, Darmanitan, Crawdaunt, Slurpuff, and Quagsire. That Lando I, by the way, is Sand Force, not Sheer Force, so that makes it a little bit easier to deal with, but I've been on the record saying this quite a bit recently, and I'm still going to stand by it. Lando I, even with Sand Force, is so often overlooked. It's so underrated. It's the moveset, it still hits very hard. Speed tier is very tasty. It's quite difficult, right? And if you haven't tried it yet, it's definitely one on my short list of months to try sooner rather than later. But if you haven't tried it yet, definitely have a think about getting it. But yeah, he's got plenty of threats. He can go at this game two ways, right? And both ways is pretty difficult for us to manage. The team matchup does not suit us greatly. He could go and run hyper offense against us, and that's very difficult for us to deal with. Or he can run a very bulky team and force us to break him. So he can run like two different ways to be able to beat us. Like he can run the Haztec with Skarmory and have Skarmory, Amoonguss, Chansey, Quagsire and just sit in front of us and ask us to make all the tough decisions and try and break him. Ideally, we would rather that. Or this week, he can go and say, I'm going hyper offense. Megalopunny, Latias, Lando I, Crawdaunt, whatever. Like he's got two ways where this matchup becomes very, very difficult for me. So it's going to be quite difficult to deal with that, but we have an idea as how we're going to do it, and I'm going to break down the team and show you what we're doing. So very much the idea here, guys, is that he's got one or two threats that I absolutely cannot ignore. I have to make sure that we're able to deal with them. One of those is his Slurpuff, right? He could be Belly Drum or Burning Slurpuff, and that's very, very scary. We have to be able to deal with that. And he's got the Megalopunny, right? So he's got a couple of real annoying physical threats there. Of course, the Darmanitan and the Crawdaunt, they provide huge physical pressure as well. But if we're able to deal with the Lopunny and the Slurpuff and suss out like what he has brought this week, then we can maybe pivot around as to what we want our Golbat and our Melodic to do on team preview. So with that in mind, we're bringing a lot of Fizz Depth this week with Golbat and our Melodic. I'll break down Golbat first. Super Fine, Defog, Roost, and Haze the moveset. We have enough Fizz Depth for us to be able to deal with taking a hit off the Slurpuff, and then we just Haze it and get rid of it. We have Roost then just to heal ourselves up. Defog has to be brought this week, and I wish I could have fit on anywhere else because I would have loved U-turn, but we have to bring Defog because he can get webs up with Slurpuff, he can get rocks up with Lando and Skarmory, he can get spikes up with Skarmory, so it's very, very difficult. So we have to have Defog then, and then Super Fang allows us basically to hit anything that wants to switch into us and get 50% off, whether that be the Latias, the Landers, Incarnate, etc. We're always going to be able to get a nice chunk of hit damage off on something, and that chip would be very, very useful throughout the game. So I think Batman or Golbat should be able to do work there. Next up we have Rainbow or Melodic, and again full Fizz Depth, Flame Orb. This is another answer for Megalopunny and the Slurpuff potentially, but more so for Lopunny. I want Batman or Golbat to deal with the Slurpuff, and I want Melodic to be able to deal with the Lopunny. Recover Flip Turn stuff and Dragon Tail's the moveset. We're rocking out a Flip Turn to be able to pivot around. Surf is there because we were looking at, when we were doing prep, we were looking at how we were going to be able to hit Pokemon here, right? Now I could have brought Ice Beam, but Ice Beam isn't going to do enough to the Crawdaunt. It doesn't do enough to the Darmanitan. doesn't do enough to Quagsire. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking Quagsire gets Water Absorb, but I'm anticipating the Unaware. So that's the reason why I'm like, we could probably go Surf there on that. And when we were looking at the calcs, it just looked like, Surf fits better than the Ice Beam. And you could argue you could have gone Hydro if we wanted to do that, but we wanted a little bit more damage, but we wanted to be consistent with we want to make sure we're always going to land. So the trade-off here, the happy medium, was Surf, so we went with it. And then we have Dragon Tail to prevent Power Up Punch, Mega Lopunny being an issue, because that is a scary thing. So we have that there as well, and that should be able to kind of hopefully deal with any kind of stealth shenanigans that Lopunny has, as well as being able to deal decent damage, and that's that. After that, bring Rosie, our Roserade this week, and the idea here is that with this offensive set, we will actually be able to deal with Amoonguss quite nicely, so we can come in on Amoonguss if Amoonguss comes, get extra sensory off, get spikes off, Giga Drain and Sludge Bomb. That's the beautiful thing about it. If he's some sort of defensive Slurpuff, we can deal with that. If he's Quag, we can deal with that. We have enough speed EVs to make sure that Crawdaunt will not be allowed to speed us, so Crawdaunt is always going to have to go for the Aqua Jet, so we'll be able to just go for the Giga Drain in front of that. And with that in mind, really, it's only Skarmory that's a really nice switch in for him, so if he doesn't bring the Skarmory, Roserade can do quite a lot of bit of work. So hopefully with this bulky Roserade set, we'll be able to get some spikes off and just get a nice little bit of damage off on the rest of his team. This is mainly to deal with some of the other threats or some of the other bulkier mons that he may bring this week, and if he does, then this Roserade should be able to deal with that. Right, now on to our offense. This is where things are going to get a little bit more spicier for us. There was a load of things I wanted to do this week. I was looking at, can we bring Setup Aggron? I was looking at, can we bring a different item on Urshifu? Trying to figure out different scenarios that this match may play out. And it's tough, But this week we have to bring the Choice Band. And I know previous weeks I brought Choice Band because I was like, this is a luxury because no one can take a hit here. But I would have loved to have been able to bring Choice Scarf. This is probably one of the few weeks where I really wanted Choice Scarf and it just didn't work out. The main reason this doesn't work out is because full HP, full Fizz Def Chansey with counter can live a non-boosted Jolly, non-choice banded Jolly close combat. And if he is if I can manage to pivot in Urshifu on the Chansey, and if he's got that tech, we do not want Oko it. I would have loved if we were Scarfed, because it would have meant I'd be able to revenge kill the Mega Lopunny, and then I had a different idea as to how I want to revenge kill the Latias, and it just changes up a whole bunch of different things. So I'm a little bit disappointed that I couldn't bring it, but we are here with the Urshifu, with the Bandit, and look, Bandit Urshifu still does a whole lot an awful lot of work. He's got ways of being able to bring Pokemon to deal with it, but I'm quite happy with what we got, and we have a nice way of supporting it this week. And our support for this week is going to be Ian or Latios, and we're bringing Future Sight. So for me, the idea is that we're going to get Latios in, Chance is probably going to come in, we can get the Future Sight, pivot around, bring in Urshifu, and then no matter what happens, no matter what he brings in, no matter what move I click in with Urshifu, no one's going to be taking either a resisted Choice Banded Close Combat or a resisted Choice Banded Wicked Blow plus the Future Sight. So that combination it can break through Sorobuz's team. So I'm hoping that we can maybe open up the door with that and then hopefully pick a few Pokemon off, and that would be really, really nice for us. He doesn't want to bring in his Crawdaunt here. He doesn't want to bring in, and that's the only Pokemon he wants to bring on the Future Sight. So the last thing he wants to do is bring in Crawdaunt. So I'm hopeful that we can do this. I'm hopeful that we can bring in Urshifu and just do a little bit of work and force him to situations he doesn't want to be in. So that's the idea with Latios. Get Latios in, click Future Sight, and just put him in bad positions that we want to be in, and he doesn't. And then lastly, our Talonflame is going to be our Revenge Killer. And we're bringing a different kind of set this week. You guys can see it. We're bringing Flamethrower, U-Turn, Brave Bird, and Fire Blast. 92 EVs in attack, 252 in speed, 164 in special attack with the Choice Scarf. This one is going to be able to outspeed all of Sorobuz's team. And make sure that our U-Turn is going to be doing more than 50% to the Latias. So we're always going to be able to 2-hit KO the Latias. But the big thing here is that the Brave Bird is always going to be able to 1-hit KO the Mega Lopunny. That's the big thing here. We need a Revenge Killer for Mega Lopunny. Choice Scarf, Talonflame is it. And then the two special moves, the Flamethrower and the Fire Blast, that's mainly just a way for us to be able to hit this Skarmory and hit the Amoonguss for super effective damage, particularly Skarmory, because Skarmory very bulky on the Fizz Def side, so Flamethrower and Fire Blast, that combination will be able to do the work there. You could argue, why do I need both? Look, if I'm being honest, we didn't really want to rely on the Fire Blast missing. And there's some cases when we get scamming low down, the flamethrower is enough. So we figured we'd run the fire blast and the flamethrower, and there was no other move we wanted. Like, other than U-turn Bravebird for a choice scarf set, there was no other move we wanted. So we were happy enough with saying this is it. And the other thing we wanted was we went Gale Rings over Flame Body because we didn't want Lopunny getting the burn, because Lopunny runs Facade in this gen, and rather than Return, because Return has been cut. So we didn't want burn boosted Facade. We said no thank you, we'll run Gale Rings just to avoid that nonsense. But yeah, that's the team. Let's get up into the battle. Alright you guys, welcome to the battle. As you can see, Slurpuff has brought Darm, Crawdad, Lopunny, Landorus, Slurpuff and the Latias. Looks like he's gone to Hyper Offensive route, which was the one thing I was hoping he wouldn't do. I knew he had two ways to deal with my team, bulk in Hyper Offense. Hyper Offense was the one I did not want to be dealing with. It was the most terrifying, but it is what it is. Now, with his team here, the Crawdad provides so much pressure on my team because I don't have Aggron, right? Aggron just didn't fit this week for us, so a bit of an issue, but we'll see what happens. He's saying he didn't expect the Rose to bat at all. Rose questionable, but the go bat I needed for the Slurpuff. But Rose, I can understand why some people would be thinking that, but with his bulk is a problem. I need the Rose rate to deal with that. The Crawdad though, way too much way too much pressure. And when I was looking at how this matchup earlier on, I knew if we see the Crawdad, we have to leave with the Latias. I cannot allow Crawdad to just be setting up SD and get a knockoff, because it's going to be able to pick up one, if not two kills. So our lead is going to have to be the Latios, and we figure it out from there. He doesn't deal with that Crawdad. Now, I'm hoping it's not scarfed. So I'm just going to go for the T-Bolt and see what happens. He's Sash. If he goes for knockoff here, that's this thing dead. And that's exactly what we see. Right? So that was always going to be a problem. Always. Now this game is going to be very, very fast, you guys. So I wouldn't be shocked to see this thing go really quick. I'm just going to go for the flip turn here. As he went for, oh my god. That's nice tech. That is nice tech. So obviously that did not go well. That straight up did not go well for us, you guys. Where can I heal up? Can I potentially heal up on the Slurpuff? The Endeavor tech was tasty. Now, to be fair, questionable me bringing my Milotic there on that. I could have just gone into my Roserade or my Urshifu. I should have just gone to Urshifu. But we'll see what happens. As he said, he messed up one of his sets. Listen, mate, you're winning already. So I wouldn't be too worried. You'll probably see it in a comment section. It'll come up in a minute. Our Talonflame here depends what he comes into here, right? Really does depend what he goes into. Does it go into Latias? Does it go into Slurpuff? Does it go into Landorus? I should have went out to Talonflame, just click U-turn on this thing. No, I couldn't. Aqua Jet. Should have been Urshifu. Every time should have gone to Urshifu. Losing to Latios the way we did was obviously it's terrifying. But because he hasn't brought the Amoonguss, he has brought the Chansey, I'm not as worried about having to use that Future Sight combination we talked about earlier in the video, because we are already in a pretty good situation here. Now with the Darm is way bigger of a threat now because the Milotic is so weak. What does he bring in here? Curious, does he bring the Lando, the Lop? I think he has to bring Darm. I think he has to bring in a Darm Manitou. I'm surprised he's trying to figure this out, to be honest. Like he has monsters that are able to take a hit here. Okay, he brings in the Latias. Latias. Okay, cool. We just have to U-turn. We just have to go for the U-turn. I have no other option here. We get a little bit of chip on that. Oh, fuck off. Oh, fuck off. No way. Now we can revenge kill that, right? So not the end of the world. I bet he's sub here. No, calm mind. Okay. I have to Dragon Tail. Yeah, that's okay. I'm going to bring out Urshifu. And I am going for the Sucker Punch here. I have no other option here. I have to go for Sucker Punch. I have to beat this thing. Oh, fuck off. No way. I'm just going to keep clicking it. If he is sub, he is sub. Oh, I know what he's doing. He's going to keep spamming Calm Mind until I run out of Sucker Punches. That's clever. That is clever. This is tricky. I could go for it again, or I can go into Talonflame. I'm going to go for it again. See, that'll go into Talonflame. See, I was figuring out what is he doing there, and I was like, wait a minute, because he doesn't need the extra setup, but then I was like, yeah, okay, we spooked him there. I was there thinking he didn't need extra setup there, but he might have been thinking, oh wait a minute, because it took me so long to register my turn. He was thinking I probably may have figured out what he's doing, and I was looking to make a play, and then he wanted to make that read because it took me so long. So I understand Slurbuzz's mentality there. Don't blame him for it. So we got rid of his Latias, he's gotten rid of my Melodic and my Latios. Slurpuff is very, very, very free here, which isn't great, especially if it's that belly drum shenanigans. That's very, very scary. He's free for a lot of mons here, and I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of that at all. Our Golbats do so much work this game, so much work. It's a little bit terrifying, and this is where I would have loved if I was Choice Scarf Urshifu, because Choice Band now is so much more open, but I just couldn't gamble it with the Chansey. I just couldn't gamble it. So we were stuck with where we were at. Okay, what? Again, depends what he wants to go into here. If he wants to go, because he doesn't know if I'm bandaged yet. I don't think that that damage would have told him anything on my Urshifu if I'm bandaged or not. Let me just double check here. Yeah, I wouldn't have told him anything. So he was always going to get OHKO by that Sucker Punch. Question is, does he go on to Darm? Does he go into Darm, or does he go into the Lando or the Slurpuff? I think Slurpuff is the play. I personally do think Slurpuff is the play. So we'll see what happens. While we have a little bit of time here, I'm just going to double check if how much is my Sucker Punch going to do to that Lando. It's not enough. Truth be told, guys, it doesn't do enough. Brave Bird into Sucker Punch does do enough, but it doesn't do enough. And if he's got EP, that is enough. Well, that's sheer force. He does bring it in. Yeah, so it's Sand Force Life Orb. Like, I could definitely, if he's set up though, it's a little bit more scarier. I wouldn't mind maybe gambling with the Rose Raid here. I think Rose Raid isn't as needed, so I'm just gonna go with that. He is SD. Would Spikes help here in this matchup? I don't know. I'm gonna go Giga Drain here. He goes for the EP, knocks this. Oh, Earthquake, sorry. And we see the Life Orb there. He's at +2. I have to go into. I think I have to go into Talonflame. I have to go Talonflame and I have to click Brave Bird. I think that has to be the play here. I think we have to go Talonflame, we have to go Brave Bird, and then I can go Sucker Punch. I think that is the play, so we're going to go Brave Bird here. Because I got nothing that's able to do too much work here. Look, that just goes to show this is another reason why Lando is so scary. Kicks SD, has Rock Polish, has Calm Mind, and then you just look at the move pool. Like, Listing just literally kicked SD, and then all of a sudden I ain't got nothing for it. I ain't got nothing because we lost my life so early to that Crawdaunt. The Hyper Offense that Slurpuff has, it's terrifying. Terrifying. But yeah, we have to go Brave Bird here, get this guy within range. Oh, that changes the dynamic a little bit. We can go for another Brave Bird there. And let's go knock out that Lando. Perfect. Okay, that was very lucky. Very lucky for us. Very, very, very lucky. Truth be told. Now, who does he go into? Does he go into the Darm? Or does he go out into the Lopunny? Does he go into Darm or does he go into the Lopunny? There is the question. Oh my god, Sorbo's literally just said he almost clicked Explosion because of potential miss. Can you imagine +2 with Explosion? And I agree with his comment, if he did click it, I do think he wins because the Lopunny was outspeeds my Urshifu and we don't get enough. I don't know if he has Ice Punch on it though, because Golbat could potentially do a little bit. Golbat is a nuisance here, absolute nuisance. So depends on what we see here at this point. I think he goes out to the Slurpuff. He's giving a Slurpuff in the back and it's grinding my gears, you guys, grinding my gears. But this is like the difficulty of playing Hyper Offense is that, like, you know, if you do make that kind of one slight hiccup, you do potentially lose the game because you're relying on so much pressure coming in. She might be fake out here, alright, but I'm going to kick Brave Bird. There's the fake out, and I am indeed kicking Brave Bird again. Bye bye, thank you. I don't mind that, I don't mind that at all. We're just going to our Golbat here. That literally, the Talonflame did everything I wanted to do there. It did absolutely everything I wanted to do there, so I'm okay with that. Right, at this point, do I want to click Super Fang or Haze? Slurpuff, what are you going to run? I think you run 252 speed. This is the scary thing, right? Do we run? Do I go Super Fang here? Is it worth it? And then click haze. I think we do. So I'm going to go for the Super Fang first. And we're going to go for the Super Fang first and see what happens. Yeah, belly drum. I was thinking you might be that nasty belly drum set. Going to get you within range, and I'm going to click haze because I don't want you to be able to click belly drum ever again. Never again. No, thank you. No, thank you. And then that Slurpuff then will not be able to set up on us anymore, and I'd be able to just roost, and we could potentially deal with Darm. So this game may have turned around, but we're not too certain just yet. Not too certain just yet. We'll see what happens, but we are just going to go for the haze. We should live that. There's the haze. Thank God. Thank God. Let me roost. In comes the Darm. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. We are going to go... And he's lost his Unburden, by the way. So that's beautiful. I'm clicking Super Fang again. There's the flare bits. I'm okay. That's fine. As Zen mode. Right. Right. I was not expecting that. This is a set that's wrong, says Sorbuzz. Right. Okay. I need to figure what the hell's going on here. So I said this is the mode that was wrong. We may be able to outspeed this thing. I gotta click roost. Yeah. Oh my, the burn. I'm not too fussed. I'm not too fussed. Oh, okay. Yeah, we click boost again. As in comes Slurpuff. Yeah, okay, that's alright. That sucks that his set was wrong there, obviously. I feel bad for him. In comes Darm again. I'm okay with that. Give me an extra 16%. You should turn to Zen now. Thank you. He's probably want to go into his Psychic type move here, right? So I am just going to click Super Fang or Rock Slide. That's okay. If you go for if he gets the finish, he gets it. That's okay. I don't mind that. I'm just gonna roost. I just want that Slurpuff just a little bit more weaker. Just a little bit more weaker, right? Because at that point, like, at what point can my Urshifu with the Sucker Punch kill that Slurpuff? I know he's like that. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. At what point? He's just shy of the range at the moment. Just shy. Now we do probably outspeed. Wicked Blow can actually just kill straight up here. So I just want this. I just want to just go back to kill this thing, please. Please kill this thing. I can't allow my Urshifu to come in here. I have no U-turn. So I'm like, just kill me. Just please kill me. He's going to keep going for that facade. Like, I'm just going to get him worn down, and then to the point where I can just click Wicked Blow twice. So I'm just going to keep clicking Super Fang and then, like, just kill me. Thank you. That's all I can do here. That's all I can do. Like, I cannot risk him coming in and just clicking play rough, and then, because then it's GG's. Like, because I eventually lose. I would eventually lose. Like, well, yeah, I eventually lose. Like, so I am about that life. I just want him to kill me. Just kill me, please. The Burn will eventually do his job, right? So I just want it to be at the point where I'm like, we just take the Wicked Blow, and we're good. We're Gucci. Thank you. Yeah, and Unburden is not activated anymore. Do I just kick the Sucker Punch? Just to be safe. I think we do. Just kill it. I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid as sin. I'm paranoid as sin, but we're just going to click the Sucker Punch one more time. That Sorbuzz. That, yeah, what's it called? The Darm should be fine. Should be dead. Should be dead. Sucker Punch. Let's see what happens. And there we go. Down. Woo! Woo! Okay, we got the 1-0 win. We got the win. We got the result we needed. Oh, we got the result we needed. That was as tight as can be. Honestly, like the rock slide miss is so huge with the Lando, but we just narrowly got it. Like, we narrowly got it, but that's a win against the #1 seed, you guys. We're 5-5, 500 record, -3 diff, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. I don't know how the other results went, but if we manage to, you know, honestly, you guys will see like that, because I'll just be back at the end of the video giving you guys an update. But yeah, guys, I'll leave it there, and I'll be back shortly. Alright, you guys, I'm back with an update on playoffs after that last battle. And look, we just didn't get in. Unfortunately, we didn't get in. We did everything we could have done this week in order to get in. We got the top seed, but sadly, it just wasn't enough for us. I'll probably put a picture of the rankings on screen as I'm talking through it, but as you guys can see, we just managed to lose out on diff. You know, the last seed 8, 5-5 plus 2. We're 5-5 at -2. So just weren't good enough really at the end. If we had won maybe our week 9 battle, and you saw that. If you haven't seen that battle, watch back. You know, I definitely highlight some of the mistakes I made. But had we won that battle, we definitely would have gotten in at 8, which is what I said 4 weeks ago. I said we'd have to win for all of our last games to definitely get in. And if we lost one, it was going to rely on results elsewhere. And the 2 results we needed did not go our way. So it is what it is, you guys, unfortunately. But that's going to be the end of our season. Now, I'm probably going to do a season review of FIFA and UBL in one video rather than doing 2 separate videos. So you're probably going to wait a couple of weeks before you see like the review of FIFA on the channel. So I'll probably talk through my thoughts and how everything went and all that in that video in a few weeks' time. So hopefully you guys stick around. You'll see that, or not gonna see that coming up in a few weeks. Just like quick teaser for you guys coming up. We have a new league starting relatively soon. Going to be a short league, but something a little bit more different, something a little bit more fun to what we're used to. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. Details coming in the next few weeks, and then we have UBL that is also coming up relatively shortly as well. So, well, not UBL coming up, finishing up relatively shortly too. So if you haven't checked out the UBL and what's going on over there, please do so. But yeah, that's where we really are at, you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's been an up and down. It's first league back since our retirement. There's been games that have not gone away, games that have gone our way, and I'm thankful that you guys did come out and check out the videos. So hopefully going forward we'll get better and we'll see better performances from myself. One last thing, guys, before I sign off here is, if you guys got any comments as to like what could be done better, either with battling, drafting, or video quality wise, let me know. I love to get that criticism. I ask for that every single time we finish up a league, so let me know. You guys let me know what you guys think, and again I'll ask that again in our review. I love to hear. I definitely want to be pitching that in our review video, and that'll be coming in a few weeks. But yeah, if you haven't clicked the like button already, please do so. Click that subscribe button if you want to see more Pokemon action coming your way on this channel. And that note, I'm going to get on up out of here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.